Hello everyone and welcome back to One Piece. This is episodes 851 all the way up to 854. Oh, I had something in my throat. Let's ignore it and keep moving. I'm really excited. I'm so excited for these episodes because last week we set up some crazy shit. I mean, Pedro sacrificed himself, which was amazing. What a legend. And we had Luffy grabbed Katakuri, pulled him into the mirror, and then broke the mirror and was like, you know, I'm not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with me. So I am so excited to see how that plays out, because we could get like a really badass battle between those two. I'm hoping we do. I'm hoping it's, you know, intense and well done in the anime. I don't know what to expect. And I don't know what to expect just in general from this arc going forward. I mean, they're heading to make the cake. I know that much. But like the arc has done a good job at like throwing me curveballs of like, I genuinely feel like I kind of know where it's going, and then shit goes wrong and they change up their plans. So I thought the rest of the arc was going to be the tea party, but then they escaped the tea party and now we're doing other stuff from here. I didn't think these hunger pangs were going to happen, and then the hunger pangs happened, and now we're dealing with that, you know? So, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. But Pudding and Sanji and Chiffon are going to make a cake, and the rest of them are on the Sunny trying to escape. Or they have successfully escaped for now, I think. But yeah, anyway, let's jump into the episode. Make sure to support the video if you can. Liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel, all of that stuff helps me out a ton. You can also go to my Patreon account, which is down in the description below. It has the full-length reaction and early access, which means you can get the next 3 weeks or so of episodes of One Piece on there right now. So if you jump on there right now, we will probably be towards the end of this arc, I would guess. I would think we're coming right to the end of this arc at this point on my Patreon account, so go check that out. You can also join my YouTube membership to get 1 week early on edited videos. Let's jump into this episode 851 of One Piece. Woo! Alright, Recap Rubik's. If you are new to this channel, this is the Recap Rubik's Cube. It's a Rubik's Cube that I do while the recap is going on, and my goal is to beat the recap. And that's the cube complete. This episode is going to be called, well, I saw the number 10, so this episode is going to be called the 10-second match. Luffy demolishes Katakuri. Can you imagine? After all that build up. They had to have these random scrubs in here because Katakuri's not going to shit talk himself. I do like the respect Katakuri has for him. Katakuri is one of the coolest villains that Oda's made in a while. Alright. Okay. Alright. Understandable start. Oh! Oh! Whoa! Whoa! He was quick on that. Oh, the mirror is breaking. That's a cool shot. Oh. Man, Luffy's really like going blow after blow. He's not holding back yet. It's not really a surprise attack. He yelled Hawk Axe. Hawk Gatling. God damn. Alright, well, not a good start because Luffy hasn't really made any progress. No, don't worry. Luffy will figure it out. Let's trust our captain, exactly. Yeah. About that. Oh, Karen. Her trauma. Jinbei, can you explain it? Carrot's a little... It'd be rough for her to get it out. Or Nami, you can do it. No, that's why rain was coming. Oh, look at Carrot in the background. No, it happened. Oh. I feel like we don't often see One Piece characters grieving. But Oda likes to avoid it, right? Oh. Oh my god. More Brook that we haven't seen before, really. And we've seen Brook be sad, but this feels different. Oh. Watching Carrot's the most painful for me because it's so personal to her. Whoa. Hmm? That's kind of my reaction as well. Yeah, I mean that's what I was saying last video. That's why I wasn't sad last video. Because it felt like a victory. Yeah, follow it, dude. Yeah, he saw the opportunity and went for it. Over $1 billion. Don't be sorry. Oh. You weren't out of line, but it's very nice. They're focused. Oh. Oh, good job, Carrot. It would have been the hardest for her. She still dried up her tears. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh my god. They carrying Big Mom? What? Or what's she walking on? Is she walking on Zeus and Prometheus or something? Oh. Okay, what is that? Oh. Oh, okay. Does that mean it's Perispera? Oh god. Okay, this is why they had Perispera survive the blast. Oh. Oh god. Yeah, I don't feel bad for you, dude. You should be dead. Don't make this woman cry anymore. Oh yeah, these two are left behind. What's happening with Pudding? Why is she wrapped up? Just peeking over with the one eye. Aww. Oh my god, I forgot about this dude. Hound, yeah. Ignore him, keep moving. Good. We don't need to stop for him. He can stay a cameo. Oh my god. He's worrying about you. I like her brand of being obsessed with a guy more than Boa Hancock's brand of it. What thoughts he... Oh my god. Jesus. That's crazy looking. That's so cool. Oh my god. Jesus, man. Oh! Efficient. He'll way behind. I think Katakuri's right. I don't know how he does this. I mean, 4th gear would be a good start, but... Rubber won't lose to Mochi. Oh my gosh. This is so classic anime. Oh. But how do you defeat him? I mean, he's got the foresight and... Oh my god. Wow, he's got cool boots. 4th gear? It's gonna be at least 3rd gear if he's biting his thumb. No, actually, biting his arm is 4th gear, right? So, whew. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't wait for more of this Katakuri fight. I can't wait. I mean, we've started and like not really much has progressed in it yet, but it's a really cool fight, and I'm so curious like how... I feel like Luffy has to win it. I feel like he has to win it because we need to get Katakuri out of the way so that we can like, so that when, you know, Big Mom becomes even more of an issue, Luffy can most likely fight Big Mom. Like, I imagine that's what that's heading to, but we need to beat Katakuri first. And so how do we do that? Also, what about Smoothie? Is anyone gonna beat her? Because if we've got the generals, Luffy beat Cracker, and then also now maybe is gonna beat Katakuri. Who's beating Smoothie? Is anyone beating Smoothie, or is she just not gonna have a much of a thing to do in this arc anymore? Well, I feel like they're going to. I feel like they gotta, right? Because like, Big Mom's coming after us right now, but they set up those characters, like, you know, Oven, Smoothie, the genie guy. Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm a bit tired right now. The genie guy, and some others, and Mont d'Or. You know, like these characters that they've set up. They've got as kind of major characters of this arc, but they're not here right now. They're not really doing any of this stuff. So I wonder, like, are we gonna fight them? Are they gonna make it here, or is the arc going to have to take another turn where we are taken back to that main island or something? I don't know. I feel like they've got to catch up. They've got to come after us and then there's got to be a final battle with them. I don't think I'd be like so disappointed if we didn't fight many of them, but I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel. Like, I feel like Smoothie, I'd like to see us defeat Smoothie, because they've set her up as a general. Like, if we have beaten 2 of the 3 generals, why not just also beat the 3rd one? You know, if you're going to build them up, might as well. I don't think I need to see a fight with Montdor, but I imagine we will get one. But I don't think I need to see it. Like, because I like what he's provided to the arc, regardless of his fighting prowess, you know? And they've used his power in ways that have helped a lot and stuff. So I don't think it's, like, necessary for him to have a fight. But I do think they will do it. And then, I mean, who else? Opera is kind of dealt with. There's the demon girl. The girl with, like, demon horns, devil horn type things. But I don't really know much about her, to be honest. And there's a few others. So yeah, like I don't think they nah, I feel like, especially with characters like Oven and the genie one, like they've built those characters up as like combatants, and then we never beat them. So so they're gonna catch up at some point. I just don't know when and how and what's gonna happen. But they've got her. They've got her. Man, this episode had, like, grief. Like, real genuine grief over a death, which One Piece doesn't touch on very often. Because I know there's the, like, you know, the Will of P joke among people or whatever, right? And the fact that Oda doesn't tend to kill characters, and he doesn't tend to do it, theoretically, because he likes arcs to end with like parties and stuff. Like, I feel like Oda knows if I do something drastic like kill a character, I then have to have the characters acknowledge that and grieve that. And this is something that I think like a lot of writers can struggle with, and I've struggled with in the past with writing and with I know it's weird, but D&D, like Dungeons and Dragons, right? I think it's genuinely a tough thing where it's like, this horrible event has happened. Now, grieving is like an important thing to explore in a series, but you have to explore it in such a way that you can get something interesting out of it, and then try to transition back into what the viewers want to see. And that's a difficult thing to do, I feel like, where it's like, okay, Pedro has sacrificed himself. We've established that Carrot has an emotional connection to him, so she is absolutely devastated by it. Brooke and Chopper feel guilty about it. You know, Nami just is a very emotional person. She just connects with people and gets very sad about it, right? They're all grieving heavily. You want to have this like major grief moment, but at the same time, like, we're in the middle of action sequences. So I know Oda as a writer wants to transition back into that part of the show. So how do you do that and not have the audience go like, well, that was a tonal whiplash, you know? And so the way they do it here is the way that I feel like you go a lot of the time when you're writing a scene like this, and also it's a very effective way to do it. And it works even better here because of how they set it up. But the idea of Jinbei stepping in and going like, hey, let's not cry because he's gone right now. Let's celebrate because he got us a victory. And that's a good way to do it, you know? And that's kind of a classic, like, anime does that a lot in general, because anime is big about, like, put the emotion aside for coolness, you know? Like, even though I'm not saying anime disregards its emotion, anime also has some of the most emotional stuff I've ever seen. But, like, there tends to be prevailing tropes that come through, and one such trope is that idea of like, hey, this person did this for us, so let's follow what he wanted from us. And so it works. It works nicely here. I mentioned before that, like, I think this is also something you got to do in D&D as well, because in D&D sometimes our characters will have something traumatic happen, and this has happened to me even very recently in our campaigns. And it's like, I want my characters to go through the trauma, but then I also don't want my characters to just be like mopey and not doing anything constantly. That's not very fun. And I don't want our party to be like moping around and being very sad for very long. But we also want to process it. So like, we were playing a D&D game kind of like recently in one of the campaigns that I was running. Not, I wasn't running it, I was playing in. And one of the player characters died, and it was like, it was a death through, not really a betrayal, but it was like another player's character killed him, essentially, right? And my character was kind of the only one who was kind of close with the one who died. And my character is normally like a pretty upbeat and accepting guy. He talks like this, and his name is Yale R.R. Spellbound. He's a dragonborn author. And he's going and writing the world's greatest story. And he cares very much about the structure of stories, and he's a very agreeable person to a lot of people. So that's my character, right? Yale R.R. Spellbound. Named after like J.R.R. Tolkien and George R.R. Martin. But yeah, he's a writer, right? And he's a very sort of upbeat, delightful character, and I like playing him. But you know, this campaign's been going on for a while. That shit happened, and I had to like go, okay, how am I gonna have him deal with this grief? And I kind of, as a player, was a little shocked as well. And so I kind of shut down a little bit, and my character shut down as well. And like, suddenly he's talking like this all the time, where he's very low energy and a little bit spiteful in his voice. Like it sounds like he's going to blow up at any time, but then he doesn't. And I was doing that for the rest of the session. And then between sessions, I was like, so next session, I gotta kind of keep that energy going. And I did kind of for a little bit, but I tried to transition it back into like him, you know, doing stuff that he's known to do and stuff. And it's like, it's a very difficult thing to find that balance and to make it narratively satisfying for others and also for me. And sometimes you kind of got to force it, because it's more important to get back to the fun place than to have it work perfectly narratively. And I think that's kind of true for narratives as well. I would kind of rather a clumsy switch where it's like, oh, it feels like they got over that very quickly. Like that tends to be criticism a lot of people have. Oh, it seems like they got over the death of that person quickly. In my mind, when I see that on media, sometimes I will be like, oh, they got over that quick. But then another part of me will be like, but would I have wanted to watch them grieve over that for a long time? I don't think so. So I'm more likely to forgive media for doing that and just go like, they got over that quick, but at least we're back to the stuff that I'm excited for, you know? But also sometimes you need that grief to allow the audience time to process it, you know, like let the audience grieve for a little bit. Because sometimes if there's, you know, something really tragic has happened and the audience then is not on board with what's happening next because they're still grieving over the last thing, they like miss everything that's happening and they don't get to get excited for the cool moments. And, you know, like maybe some people who might have been really, really attached to Pedro, were watching the start of the Luffy Katakuri fight and weren't super hyped about it because they were still grieving the Pedro stuff, you know? Like that's possible. Until I imagine that Jinbei scene's a good way to like snap even viewers back into it and go like, hey, it's okay to be hyped now because we're making this more of a hype moment than a sad moment. So I think it was well done. Anyway, yap. So Pero is like alive, and like we knew he was alive from last episode, but is helping Big Mom get across the ocean. I did say in the last video, like, why did they even have him stand up if he didn't do anything? Well, this is why. Because he is doing something. He's helping Big Mom go across the ocean. So, damn, that kind of sucks. But I will say, I feel like if they did this, maybe they shouldn't have had Perez Pero stand up in the last episode. Because he stood up and then looked at us and then he wasn't doing anything. And then I was left going like, oh, why'd they do that? And then in this episode, when he comes up, all the characters react to him still being alive anyway. So you could have just cut out the bit of him standing up back at the... Like, it almost feels like that wasn't in the manga. I bet it was, but I don't know. But it feels like this scene is the one where you're supposed to find out that he's still alive. But yet they revealed it last episode. So, I don't know. It's like, it's the most minory nitpicky thing. But I feel like they could have, you know, taken that bit out because it didn't really make sense last episode. Or it made sense, but it didn't really fit as much as it needed to. Man, Katakuri with the Doc Ock arms behind that are just like stretching out of his back and using basically Gum Gatling, but with Mochi, is so cool. Katakuri is fucking awesome. Like, I'm so impressed that Oda came up with such a cool character. You know? I don't know what it is. Like, I mean, I do know what it is. Excuse me. It's everything. Like, his design is amazing. I love designs that are like really badass and cool, but also kind of feminine. Like, his design is a little feminine, which I really, really enjoy. And I like, you know, he's got a really cool voice. His power is sort of like Luffy's, where it's like a little silly, but can be very intimidating, you know? And yeah, it's just like leaning into a lot of the stuff that can make cool One Piece characters. And then on top of that, the observation haki stuff and just the way he talks to Luffy. And like, I love characters that will genuinely give respect to the main characters. Like, they're really cool. So him going like, listen, I know you're a problem and I know you're going to become an even bigger problem. So while I'm still stronger than you, I need to take you out. That's like a really cool conversation between them. So I can't wait to see what happens. Let's stop wasting time. Let's move on to the next episode. This is episode 852 of One Piece. Here we go. Cleaned up a bit after that because... Whoa. Whoa. Recap Rubik's? It's a cold open. It's no OP. Okay, I'm stopping the recap Rubik's because this is where it left off. Okay. Third gear. I mean, not a terrible idea to do third gear. But yeah, I thought he'd be able to match it. Oh, he beat it. Yeah. Maybe not in terms of strength, though? Let's see. Yes, in terms of strength. Luffy's struggling. Oh, maybe? Oh, no. Damn. That's toxic for him to be like that. Did I do it right? Oh. Oh my god. Luffy's like, if one hand didn't work, let's do two. And now the OP. Jesus, what a weird choice. Okay, I saw Versus. This episode is called The Ultimate General Battle. Katakuri vs. Luffy. Grizzly Magnum? Yep. Oh boy, man. What do you fucking do? Well, the thing is, he surely can't copy Bounce Man, right? Maybe he can. But like, Mochi isn't quite as bouncy as Rubber is. Oh my god, he's still up. Oh my god. Okay, yep, now you're going for this. Did he just dodge it? His is even bigger? Yep, of course. You can only see shortly into the future, so that's a bluff. That's just you shit talking. Oh my, wait, is that the Yamcha pose or whatever? Is that a reference? The pose in the big crater. But Luffy, how? How do you win? Oh my god, you can't cut away! Oh, I like her expressions. Yeah, okay. They know Sanji's in there. A terrible humbug. What a phrase. Useful. Nice. Yep, but they're still close behind. Oh my god. Katakuri's like top tier shit talker. Oh boy. Oh my god. This song. Cool. WCI 31. Yes, ma'am. Is she gonna change their memories? But to what? She can't change them ahead of time, right? She'd have to do it afterward. Well, let's see. Let's see how it works. Uh-huh. He's a pro. Yeah, I mean, for you, Sanji, that's gotta be like an extra fetish. Like, dress as a chef because he loves chefs. Ah. Ah, clever. Mmm. That's a pretty good cover. Nope, it's perfect, yeah. I like that this is all his skills are coming into it. She's gonna squeal. Yep. She's on fire. Oi. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is cool as shit. Alright. Okay. And then you start decorating it on the way? Yeah, makes sense. That's smart. Hell yeah. This is really cool. I like this. The music's great as well. Hell yeah. Okay, back to this. Oh my god, this is probably just gonna piss Luffy off more. You know what, him surviving just to be a piece of shit like this is probably a good choice, because it makes him even more despicable. Come on, Luffy, I don't know what you can do, but... I mean, at the very least, he did save his crew for a while. He's bought them time. He's standing up. Oh. Fourth gear. Oh. Yeah. I feel like so far this is just the definition of insanity. Shit. Oh my god. It's funny, if I didn't... if I wasn't pretty sure that Gear 5 comes in the next arc, I would think this is where you'd have to unleash a Gear 5. Oh my god. Fuck you, no. Oh, these two. How? Oh. Just a mirror we forgot about underground or whatever. Below deck. Oh, did he try to destroy the mirror? Oh god. Oh fuck, dude. Oh my god, really? That episode really flew by, wow. There's so much going on. I'm disappointed. I'm not disappointed in the show. I'm disappointed with me right now because that's the last episode I could watch tonight. I'm going to bed now, and I really want to know what happens. The Katakuri stuff, I don't know how we're gonna do this, man. They've set it up so well to make it feel hopeless that, yeah, I just don't know, you know? Like, I love that feeling when I genuinely have no idea how the protagonist is gonna beat them, but I feel confident in the writer, you know? Like, that feeling is very good. You know, I feel it with Oda a decent amount, you know? I feel like there's several times with Oda that I go like, oh yeah, it doesn't feel like we can win this, and then there's, you know, either it ends up, you know, we win it and it's really hype and crazy that they ended up doing it and very satisfying, or we don't win and it's a really interesting story development. Like Oda did a lot of that, you know? But I imagine we gotta win this one, but I don't know how. I also get that feeling with shows like ReZero is a very good example of that. I feel like ReZero is like one of the best at that particular feeling of like, in ReZero, there are situations that happen that make you think everything is so severely fucked that there's no way out of this. Like, there's no possible way to get out of this situation. And then it very reasonably comes up with solutions to everything that weaves all together nicely. ReZero to me is one of the best at that. It does it very, very well. And has done it several times, like at least 3 or 4 times, with like major events. Has it gotten me that feeling of like there's no possible way out of this, and then holy shit, that was a really clever solution out of this. So yeah, I like that feeling. I'm right now feeling like it feels hopeless, but also I trust Oda, and I feel like you can write a very satisfying conclusion to this battle. I just don't know what that conclusion could be. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I also really liked all the cake stuff in this episode. I mean, it was very simple, but like I'm kind of hyped about them making a cake. It helps that I kind of like all the characters in that scene, like the Sanji chiffon pudding dynamic between those three is very funny to me. Like those jokes are really hitting right now. I find them very funny. I mean, it definitely could be something where like I wonder how much certain people will be like still so anti-pudding that this part of the show just annoys them or something, you know? Like I can kind of see that being a thing for some people where they're like, oh, I hate pudding, and you know, and so why is there this big part of the show where they're just like making jokes with her constantly or whatever? But for me, it's just like, this is like, I still like pudding, and this is like some pretty solid jokes. I mean, it's like classic One Piece Oda doing, you know, those same sort of jokes over and over again. But sometimes with certain characters, it really hits. And for me, right here, it's hitting a lot. I think it hits. I think what's working for me is like Pudding and her voice actor are funny at delivering those jokes, but also Chiffon is a pretty solid straight man to it, and also the fact that Sanji is neither completely playing along with it nor annoyed by it. Like the fact that he's like in this middle state of like, he's just very complimentary towards her, but also kind of like not really commenting on her freaking out and simping over him. That dynamic to me is very funny. I feel like they've struck a nice balance with that. So yeah, just very entertaining episode overall. Can't wait to see how that all plays out. Is that it? I think that's it. I think that's all we need to talk about here. Let's just move on to the next episode. This is episode 853 of One Piece. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. And that's the cube complete. Okay, this episode is going to be called Second Ship Down. The Thousand Sunny goes up in flames. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's pretty sick. Oh! Yeah, he's trying to be quick. God damn, man. It's crazy that the Mochi arms... Okay, that one is actually his arm. But I think the Mochi legs before all had his boots on them. How the fuck did that work? Extra pairs of boots, just in case. Oh, shit. Well, that's the worst place to shoot it, I would think. We shot it onto the metal? There's wood everywhere. How'd you miss? Okay, what are you gonna do with the mirror? Oh. Yeah, use it to communicate with them. That's a good idea. God, doing all this work. But listen up to the pieces of glass. Pieces of mirror. Nice. Love a good guard point. Nice. Uh-oh. The cannonball screaming before it hits Brooke is funny. That's a good bit. Oh god, yeah, it's up in flames already. We need to send Jinbei down there. You can put it out. Don't worry about that. He'll meet back up with you. There's the mirror. Come on, Nami, pick up Brooke and smash his head into the mirror. Oh, God damn. Yeah, chop him up. Show him how to do it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Perfect. Didn't even take the skin off first. Get back to work. Can you do a substitution? Huh? He's got substitutions. Yeah, baby. Oh, it's so good just seeing him be a good cook. This arc really is like all the best of Sanji's stuff. This makes me sad that this is not gonna last. There's no way he stays with Pudding after this arc. But I hope he doesn't not stay with Pudding because she dies. I didn't even think about that. Oh god, if she dies by the end of this arc. Yeah, quick. Go, go, go. Chop, chop. Your captain's ordering you. We have enough. We have enough problems. Ah! A living wave of grape juice or something? Oh my god. Oh. Nami. Yeah, this is too much to handle. Oh my god. The fuck do we do? Do we have enough? Yeah, I was gonna say, generally we often have enough for one or two. Oh, Jinbei, yeah, this is your shit, right? Come on. You can control the waves. Fishman karate. Oh my god. Okay. Whoa. What a badass. The Straw Hat flag waving proudly. As Jinbei's a fucking badass. Earning his spot on the ship. Aww. Aww. Oh. Oh my god. Okay, they're dead. So moving on. What is going on? Did Jinbei do something? What the fuck? What? Oh. You're just, yeah, inside the wave. You had to like get the timing perfect to get in there. That's fucking crazy. Nami learned this skill. Fuck yeah, we do. He is cool. Oh my god, that's so badass. Did we lose them from that? Because that would be hard for them to track, I feel like. She's looking. Okay, they do think they died. Yeah, he's like, oh no! The cake is gonna go away when you sink the ship! Well, that's good. They're backing off. Oh my god. Yes, break it! Yes, Nami! Oh, hell yeah. Katakuri's trying to figure it out. And she's fully trusting Luffy. She's like, he said this is what he's got to do. Yep, he needs to have all his focus on Katakuri. He can't be worrying about you guys. Yes. Yes! I mean, no. I'm yelling yes at... Shut up. Hell yeah. Your crew behind you, Luffy. Focus. Focus on Katakuri. Figure out how the hell to beat him. Oh, man. These episodes are so fun. What an episode. I just really enjoy it. I love this sort of dilemma of like Luffy saying break the mirror and Nami going, we want you to come back. So like we need to give you an option to come back because we want you. And Luffy going, I need to focus on Katakuri. Like I like that as a as you know a reason that Luffy would fully want to go all in on this strategy, not just as like a sacrifice play, you know, like it's like if we keep this mirror up, I have to be worrying that you guys are going to be attacked by the people that are here. I need to not worry about that right now. I need to focus on taking down Katakuri unless I'm not gonna win. So so it's like it's a good strategic move as well as being like a good way to be a bit reckless. So I love it. I love that, and I love that, you know, Nami takes it in and she's trying to. I think the tough thing with Nami like talking to Luffy is sometimes Luffy is being unreasonable. Like sometimes he is saying something out of stubbornness and it's like he's not actually thinking it through. And so like Nami, you know, obviously the first and most important thing is it's in anime time. Like when he's saying, you need to do this, Nami, you need to do it, go do it right now, you need to do it, come on, do it, go do it. Like when that's happening, like a lot of that is the anime, you know, stretching out the conversation because of multiple reasons. One, to, you know, so that they don't catch up to the manga. And two, in anime, you know, it's better to dwell on these moments of tension a lot of the time so that the audience can fully take in like how dire the situation is and really like think about what they would do and stuff. But like also, you know, Nami didn't right away go and destroy those mirrors, and I think she really had to like stop and think, okay, is this a moment where Luffy is just being reckless and doing this would put him in danger for no reason? Or is this a situation where Luffy's got a good handle of like what actually needs to be done? because Luffy goes back and forth between those modes sometimes. And so she's trying to figure out like what like mode is he in now. And it takes her a bit, but then she settles into, no, he's being a captain right now. He's making the decision that a captain would make. And so whether or not she thinks it's a great idea, she's going to follow that order because, you know, as Zoro has said, like, you need to follow the captain's orders. We can't be arguing with every little thing that he says, otherwise there's no chain of command and we're gonna fall into anarchy. So yeah, I like that. I like it, you know, there being some captain's orders. I remember a while back with when I hit the time skip, I think I remember someone saying to me at some point that like Nami doesn't get many moments post time skip. And I would disagree with that. Like you know, she wasn't in Dressrosa, obviously. But other than that, I feel like the times that she's been on, she's gotten some nice moments. I mean, it's not like she hasn't gotten like, oh my god, these are character defining, incredible, like life changing moments. But like as a Nami fan, I don't feel starved for content. I feel like she is consistently used pretty well, you know? Like I pretty much never feel disappointed with like, oh, I wish they did this with Nami instead, or I wish they gave her this battle, or she won here, or whatever. I feel like most of the time I'm pretty happy with what they do with her, and this is my favorite character. Like, of course, you know, I could be going like, oh, they should be using more Nami. Nami should be here and doing this and fighting this. But like, yeah, as I said, other than Dressrosa, I was starved for her content, but like, I acknowledge like maybe she didn't have a place in that arc, and in this arc, she's getting some good, like, you know, decent focus, a surprising amount of focus. Like, her backing up Luffy in the Cracker fight is pretty solid. Her sort of being there with Luffy when they're captured and stuff, like her being the emotional support there is great. And like her, like they're sailing the ship here and she's getting to show off some navigator skills and you know, just actually like follow Luffy's orders and stuff. Like, I know it's small things. It's not like she's having a massive effect on everything, but like, for me, as a Nami fan, this is what I love about Nami is the simple stuff. Her being a good role player. I don't need her to be, you know, I don't need her to be the primary ball handler if we're talking basketball, you know? I don't need her to score 30 points. I need her to score, you know, 10 points and get 6 rebounds and get 3 steals. Like, that's what I expect from her. I'm using all basketball terms now because I'm in a basketball mode. But that's what I want from her. And I feel like they deliver that. So I'm satisfied with post time skip Nami. I feel like so far I've been very happy with the way that they've utilized her. Speaking of utilizing characters correctly, I've said it throughout the entire arc and I will continue to say it. Sanji is at his peak in this arc. Like, you know, me saying, oh, they utilize Nami pretty well consistently. Sanji is being incredibly well utilized. This is the most love this character has ever gotten in the series, and it is like immense. It is incredible how much I like what Oda has done with Sanji lately, you know? I feel like I haven't complained about Sanji's character in a while. Like, for me, I feel like it hasn't been since before Punk Hazard, you know? I feel like, you know, Fishman Island is where I was kind of like at my peak, like, oh, you know, Sanji's frustratingly wasted potential a lot of the time. But since then, like since Punk Hazard, essentially, I feel like I've had almost no problems with Sanji, and I cannot remember the last problem I've had with Sanji in this series. I truly can't. And this is what I mean. You know, some people act like I don't like Sanji simping. That has never been the issue. The issue hasn't been Sanji being a simp. The issue had been in the past the placement of it and the frequency of it in relation to the other parts of his personality. What they've got right now, to me, in this arc, is the perfect balance. He's still simping. He's still, whenever Pudding does anything, he turns to it and, like, Pudding-chan and, like, love hard eyes and, you know, does all of that stuff. Great. That's great. That's great, Sanji. That's, you know, great. That's fine. That's what I expect from him, and that's what I enjoy. And I will laugh at those jokes. But then he's also cooking. You know, and he's also doing cool kick stuff, and he's also, like, you know, figuring out butter substitutes in the moment. You know, he's also caring about his family. He's worrying about the Straw Hats. Like, this is all prime Sanji stuff, absolute prime. So, like, it feels like, you know, the culmination of everything I have said that I wanted out of Sanji for this entire series. Like, Oda is nailing it to me. Like, this is truly it. So if nothing else, if the rest of Whole Cake Island was bad, which it isn't, but if it was, like, it would all be worth it just for the way that Sanji is done, and for the resurgence that it is truly given the character. Enough so that I've basically forgiven all prior sins, you know? Like, if all of the stuff that I didn't like from his character led up to this point, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it, because I love this point. This point of Sanji's character is primo. Absolute primo. So, yeah, that's great. I loved that scene where he's coming up with the butter substitute. Like, just, it's so simple, but I just love scenes like that. And then Jinbei with the green room thing, him, like, you're finding that perfect spot in the wave and, like, riding in the wave that's sick. That's awesome. And it shows that Jinbei has a really cool place on the crew. So I love it. I love it. Let's move on to the next episode, and the final episode we're doing in this video. This is episode 854 of One Piece. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Let's fucking go. And that is the cube complete. Okay, this episode is going to be called An Unbelievable Fight. Luffy and Katakuri intensify. They're ready to do it again, but someone's gonna smash this mirror too. It's gonna smash! Smash! Yeah! Good shit, Carrot. Hell yeah! Wow, they have a lot of mirrors. Yeah, baby. That's what I thought they might assume. Whispering through it. Shush. Is Katakuri paying attention? He's like, oh, I forgot. Don't lose it yet, Chopper. It's okay. Aww. Get to there. That's what I was thinking. Come right there. But we need Broly to get out. Throw it away. No, don't let him find out. Oh, damn. Jeez, man. Whoa, what the fuck? He just grab his mouth? Why did he grab his mouth like that? Oh, God. Oh, my God. Jesus, man, that's insane. Oh my God. Oh. Jesus, man. Katakuri doesn't let up. Oh. Oh my God. He's still standing up. He's still got the shattered pieces. Oh my God. I'll meet you there. Oh, he's forcing a smile. Can Jinbei hear that he's like forcing that? Oh, but it gave all of them so much inspiration to fight, you know? Oh, that's disgusting. What the fuck? Whoa! Does he have a sick weapon? Oh my God. Not even letting him get his last words out, but saying them for him. That's a sick weapon. I'm not gonna die here. Yep. Some badass moments, but how are we gonna beat him? How do we actually do it? That's a good drawing. Well done. I forgot about the Germa stuff. I mean, I'm not interested. The other stuff is so much more interesting. Who does that guy remind me of with the long sleeves and... There's a character he really reminds me of, but I can't think of it. Oh my God! Those fangs. Oh my God! Well, Yonji's dead. Oh my God. Ah. There might be a weakness in here, because Katakuri didn't want her saying this. Oh, don't touch my family. Yeah, he's very protective of his siblings. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's fucking sick. Oh my God. Mole. Hand. Left hand. Oh my God, she just loves to be there to taunt. Okay. He dodged that one, he didn't counter it. Did you pick up another shard? No, she's just listening from a different mirror. Right. Yeah, wouldn't you like to know, dickhead? Mm-hmm. What is that? Peanut Island? Is she going the wrong way? Yeah, Nuts Island. Oh. Yep, shut the fuck up. You're not in charge of this destination. I hope Paris Fur is allergic to nuts and then he dies. Red Hawk? Yes! Okay. We still haven't put a scratch on Katakuri. He hasn't broken a sweat. Oh my god, he's relentless. Oh my god. Do we get a scratch on him? Anything? Oh, okay. I'm starting to think that's true. What? Really? That's the end of the episode? Yeah, this Katakuri fight is gonna go on for a while, but luckily it's really interesting because I really don't know how it's gonna play out. But I would love to see its climax, you know? I mean, this entire video has been on that battle so far, and I feel like Luffy hasn't even started to figure anything out yet. But it could be to do with what Broly said. Like, Broly said he's a man who never lies down or some shit. Like, let me sort of go back to when they were talking and see if there's anything I can glean from that conversation, because there was like Katakuri's reaction to Broly starting to talk could imply that he doesn't want that information out there. So I mean, I'm skipping forward. Wow, it happened way later in the episode than I thought it did. Okay, I've found around the scene. Don't think you can beat him with just your spirit, punk. Katakuri isn't just an unbeatable man. He's a superhuman who's never once been on his back since he was born. And then he goes, stop it, Broly. The moment he was born, he stood on his feet. He's never once lied down in his life. He's a man who looks down on the ground. Calm and strong. That's who our big bro Katakuri is. So, can he not lie down? You know, like, is there something? Is he like a turtle? If you put him on his back, he's just gonna be stuck there, you know? Like, is there something to that? Because, like, Katakuri could have just been saying, stop it, Broly, as in, like, stop taunting for no reason, or stop talking because you're putting yourself in harm's way. Because he doesn't want Broly to get hurt. He doesn't want any of his siblings to get hurt. And that's something interesting as well. Like, the idea that he's a very protective big brother. So, if Luffy was a little worse of a person, Luffy could probably use that to his advantage, you know? Like, okay, so, you know, Katakuri, your whole thing is like, when I punch at you, you seem to be able to predict where I'm about to punch and then, like, reform or basically dodge every attack, right? But if I was to be punching your sister, then you can't just dodge that. You have to stop me. So you have to grab me like you've been doing, or I make contact with you and I actually get to get a hit out on you. So, so it's something you could potentially exploit, but I don't think Luffy would exploit that. Like, I don't think he's above punching these other people because they're bad, but I don't think he would do it purely to hit Katakuri, you know? I don't think he would be punching them just to punch Katakuri. And also, it doesn't seem to be working anyway. He's been trying to punch Broly, and Katakuri keeps stopping him. So it's not like that's like a foolproof plan. But yeah, I like his new weapon. The mole, that trident thing that he has, it's pretty sick. It's a cool weapon. I like cool weapons like that. That's one of the cooler weapons. He didn't even need it though. Like he brought it out like, oh, like he brought it out like Luffy had taken down one of his health bars, you know? And he's like, all right, time to enter my second stage. What, dude, you were killing it already. You were already taking Luffy down, but I guess maybe Katakuri would have expected Luffy to already be dead. And instead Luffy keeps standing up after every hit, so maybe he's just like, I need to get this battle done even quicker. But yeah, my throat's kind of hurting, and I don't have a crazy more to say anyway. So I think we're done with this episode and that video. So thank you so much for joining me for some more One Piece. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking the video, commenting down below, and subscribing to the channel. And go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. You can also join my YouTube membership down below to get 1 week early on edited videos. But thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.